First breath I took, life too surreal. Second breath I took was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might with every sickness reveal. I won't pay back, fuck the dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Gotta endure until I let this pump whistle at my foes in memory and empty till. I only live to do my master's will. Isupk, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. God is straight but made greater. In my return, left in my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't rule, listen, get a proof. Won't take a step till they get confirmed. All it take was made for our sakes. March like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in their head, Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak. Bring hell at the crackers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. No more payback for the scars in the slave memoirs. Till Christ arrived, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies. The only free will that's before your eyes. It's life or death, nigga, you decide. This heaven was made for me and my fellow. I'm patiently waiting with my eyes on the sparrow. And I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like Othello. I want out this wicked life like Romello. By any means, this devil pulling strings like Geppetto. Lay hold on this brotherhood. I swear I never let go. And fuck that silver spoon. Got too much love for the new niggas. Go settle with me. I die for the cause. Just to hear them angels of blood. And I'm true by every word I say. Cause I know my victory on the way. You want it? Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be walking with your man. This boy's like me hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be walking with your man. This boy, I can't be touched. Can't do it in clutch. They hate when they ain't now. The certified princess of the power. What you know about evil all around us. But a nigga straight, I told you I can't be touched. Only angels walk at my pace. I'm grateful for the words that had me to live. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my next. One West, what I die for. Retire out the book of numbers. This rifle from the Archangel Michael. Be my niggas rebels, you can't deny them. It's one floating flow. I be running to and fro with the Allah higher. My UPK soldiers ain't no folding, no pretending. We in it for the crowns, for friends. We want dominion in the election season. I hope I make it through. Give a damn what a bitch think. As long as my niggas know I'm true. Restrain your kind to get success. Break it through the eye of the steel, nigga. I be like, maybe hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be walking with your makers. Boys like me, it's hard, but I can't give up.
I had to restart it real quick. It just clicked off and I had to restart it real quick.
Tell me about this God that you feel so much. And why you look so good? It's real, I be walking with your makers. Boy, I can't be touched.
You good? Salam. Salam.
Bmore. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. Tonight is the biblical law class. Every Wednesday night we're going to the law. Going to the book of the law, teach our people the truth of the Bible. That keep the law, statutes, and commandments is a must. Tonight we're going to go into how the world is being plagued and who is being plagued from. The Most High is cursing us with these plagues, man, because we not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. First, give me on John 8:32. The world will tell you a bunch of stories why this and that is happening. That people's cars and these things are happening. There's a bunch of stories in the world about what's happening in the world. And everything comes from the Most High. He is the author of life and death. He killed and he make alive. So anything that's happening in this world, the Most High will allow it to happen. These plagues, and many more come is going to be from the Most High. We need to know these things and stop letting the world, America, teach us a bunch of lies, keeping us confused on what's going on. There's a million stories that they got about the Lord's plagues, not trying to get a glory to the Most High. You got that?
Come on.
Go ahead.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth.
What?
And ye shall know the truth.
Uh-huh.
And the truth shall make you free.
The truth is in the Bible. The truth is written by the Most High and his 12 apostles. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is the truth. The Bible is where you'll find your answers about what's going on in these end days. Deuteronomy 28:15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
To do what?
To observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
A very important key right here. You listen. Go ahead.
That all these curses
What?
that all these curses
What?
that all these curses
Go ahead.
shall come upon thee.
Like coronavirus, like AIDS, like herpes, gonorrhea. All these curses that's upon the world today are from the Most High. These are not just something that the white man experimented with and popped up with and created. Everything that we're going through in this life is from the Most High. These are plagues from the Most High. We need to realize this. And how to not be cursed by these plagues is only one way. That's by keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. If not, we will be plagued and tortured by these plagues that the Most High bring out. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:59.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long countenance, and sore sicknesses, and of long countenance.
Most High is cursing this world, man, for being so wicked. Going against what he tells us to do. He is the one who brings these curses upon us, man, in the world. So if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, we can have a head of protection from the Most High. This is the only way. But we got to examine ourselves and everything that we do to make sure that we are not being plagued by these curses that the Most High bring out. Read that one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long countenance, and sore sicknesses, and of long countenance.
All these plagues, all these sicknesses that we're going through is because we are not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We're breaking his laws, so we are being destroyed by his punishments in the world. Let me Exodus 4:11. Oh yeah, it's a lot. Go ahead. Where you at?
Verse 60.
Yeah, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 28, verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt.
What?
Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt.
These things that's going on in the world right now is the thing that the Most High is bringing on us, man. We want to be adulterers, so we got all these sexual diseases that we catch. You know what I'm saying? Herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis, and all types of hurtful, painful plagues that the Most High is bringing on us. Because he told us not to commit adultery. You know what I'm saying? Not to sleep with someone else's wife. You know what I'm saying? He told us not to be homosexuals. He told a woman not to sleep around her husband. You know what I'm saying? And we break these laws every day, follow behind these other nations. Because they promote it on the TVs and the music like it's okay to do. They legalize it like they are God. And we listen to them instead of listening to the Bible. Listen to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Now we are being punished as if we were the heathen. We become heathens when we break the laws, statutes, and commandments and follow behind these other nations. But the Lord did give us a chance to repent. And only He gave that only to the children of Israel.
Right.
So we got to repent. And how you do that is by studying the Word of God, the blessing that He gave you, which is the Word, to understand, to stop doing these things that we grew up in our neighborhood learning that it was okay for the white man. Read that again.
Moreover, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee.
Everybody will walk around sick, you know what I'm saying, destroyed, because we constantly breaking these laws. Everything that we were brought up in America doing is to go against the Most High. And it was taught to us on our purpose, so we can stay in the position that we're in. Give some more of that.
Verse 61. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law,
Every plague that you don't see in the book of the law. Go ahead.
Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
You don't see the coronavirus. You don't see the word coronavirus or AIDS or, you know what I'm saying, herpes in the book. You know what I mean? But every plague that's not in the book will the Lord bring on you too. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes from the Most High. We need to realize who are these plagues coming from and why. They are to stop us from breaking His law. They are the punishments for breaking His law. It's not hard to figure out if you study the Bible like you're supposed to. When coming to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you'll be taught to keep this law. This is how you'll get ahead of protection. But if you let America teach you like they've been teaching us all our life, we will be destroyed like we've been destroyed in the streets. Any brother that's not in a school is playing with fire. Any sister that's not in a school is playing with fire, destroying themselves and their kids. We need to understand what to do in these hard times, who to follow in these hard times. We make life hard when we turn our back on a gift that the Most High gave us, which is His law, His protection. Anyone on that?
That was it on that, sir.
Let me get on Exodus 4 and 11. We need to realize that these things come from the Most High. It's not an accident or a wicked thing that the white man is doing without the permission or the God allowing that to happen. No matter if He made it up or planned to do this or not, without the Lord allowing it, it wouldn't happen. This is what the Lord made our oppressor for, to oppress us. When the Lord say do it, you need to understand why Life is so hard out here, man. We following behind the Lord's statutes. We follow behind the Lord's statutes, commandments of the Most High. We'd be blessed. We wouldn't be going through the things that we go through. All these sicknesses and disease and death come from us being hard-headed. Come from us not loving God. Got that?
Come on.
Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 11. The Lord said unto him, Who have made man's mouth?
Who has made man's mouth? Go ahead.
Or who maketh the dumb?
Who maketh man dumb? Go ahead.
Or deaf?
Or deaf? Go ahead.
Or the seeing?
Seeing?
Or the blind?
Or who make man blind?
Have not I the Lord?
Have I not the Lord? He's letting you know that he the one who do this. He the one to make the man blind. He make the man see. He make the man dumb. I'm saying he make the man crazy. Anything that's happening to us in this world, the Most High have a finger in it. He is the creator of it. We need to realize who we're dealing with, man. We're not dealing with somebody that we can take lightly, that we can ignore. We're not dealing with a fake God. We're dealing with a man of war that will kill you if necessary. He will force you to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You can try to ignore it all you want, but it will constantly come down on you like the worst thing in life if you don't pay attention to his laws.
Sir. And that's why it's so important for us to follow with the words of the Most High, because a lot of times the Most High could be bringing these plagues out to punish these other nations for what they've done to us. And a lot of times we get caught up in it because we won't follow what the Lord told us to do and separate from him.
He tell you in the scriptures, I will punish you first for your iniquity.
Yeah.
He let us know that the laws, statutes, and commandments given to us. So when it comes to breaking these laws, statutes, and commandments, we definitely get punished before the white man. The white man seems like he get away with anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the minute we do anything, we locked up. We hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because that's because the Lord ain't playing with us with these laws. He expect us to know them. He expect us to do them. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to do these laws. You got to pay attention. Ain't no, I don't feel like it. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. He ain't none of that with him. You know what I'm saying? He chose you out of 18 nations in the world. He chose the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? And left us ever 17 without God. You know what I mean?
Zephaniah 2:1. Get Zephaniah 2:1. All right.
You know what I'm saying? So he left us with his blessings. He left us with his word. And he ain't playing about us. The minute we look like not paying attention to him after everything he given us, he gonna punish us. This is why if we are taking the highest numbers in any of these plagues that the Lord bring out, it's because we are sinning against the Most High. And all we have to do is come back to his laws, statutes, and commandments and learn how to keep them. Repent for your sins, Israel. You won't have to worry about the coronavirus. You won't have to worry about walking around in your face and your eyes and being scared of what the Lord bringing out.
Right.
The Lord bring these things out for the wicked. You know what I'm saying? He chose you to be a holy people. The word holy means separate. So you're supposed to separate yourself from anybody in the world and be as one, the chosen one that God chose, the one that will keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. So we love to follow behind the oppressor. We love to follow behind these other nations and try to be something that we wasn't supposed to be. So the Lord got something to put us in line. And that's his plague that he bringing out here on earth. He make the dumb. He make the blind. You know what I'm saying? He hurts you when you disrespect his law, statutes, and commandments. Look at John 5:1.
Come.
Sure.
So you said John 5:1?
Go ahead. Start at 5.
John chapter 5, verse 5. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years.
This is a man who had, kind of like a sickness. He was sick for 38 years. You know what I'm saying? And he was sick because he broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Like we have people out here on the earth that have certain things, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or, gout, blind. All these things come from you breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Most High chose you to be a special people. And you would be a perfect person if you kept his law, statutes, and commandments. You wouldn't have no afflictions on you if you kept his law, statutes, and commandments. If something wrong with you is because of something you did, either in your last life, something your parents could have did, or something you could have did. But you need to examine yourself and repent and learn the law, statutes, and commandments. Search yourself, police yourself to make sure you're not breaking his laws. This is how serious it is, man. You got to really examine this Bible and study to show yourself approved. Find out what the Most High tell you what to do and what not to do to make sure that you're not breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Good.
You can't sit there and just ignore it and take it as this is how it's supposed to be. It's running my family. No, it don't go like that. I'm saying when you sinning against the Most High punish you, man. We gotta realize that. Everything is for a reason. We gotta realize we can find out and stop these plagues from coming on us if we hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God. To observe and to do all his commandments like I tell you. If not, we're gonna be a punished people. You trust and believe when you see people saying they died from the coronavirus. These are some people that's not policing themselves to make sure that they keep his law, statutes, and commandments, especially when you see all people dying from it. You know what I'm saying? There are some people that's not paying attention to the law. Go ahead.
John chapter 5, verse 5. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. Verse 6. When Yahushua saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? Verse 7. The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man.
He had nobody to help him. You know what I'm saying? This was a tradition that they did back in the day. Read the rest of it. Read the rest of it. Read the rest of it, 7.
John chapter 5, verse 7. The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me.
So like, go up to 4.
John chapter 5, verse 4.
Oh, 3.
John chapter 5, verse 3. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Verse 4. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had.
This is how they healed themselves back in the day. This was a tradition they did back in the day. The angel would come down and trouble the water, bless the water, where when the people get in the water, it would be healed. You know what I'm saying? And this man that was sick for 38 years, he could never get in the water. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so, with nobody helping. When it came time for him to get in the water, instead of a brother helping him, they would move and they jumping in first to get their blessing. You know what I'm saying? They would leave him stand on the side. So he could never get no help. That's why he said, no man will help him. He had no man, that's why he said that. All right, jump back down 7. Read.
John chapter 5, verse 7. The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me.
They cut his throat, they jump right before him.
Come.
He wasn't even helping man. So every time he had a chance to get his body healed or blessed from the water, he could never get it. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Yahweh saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. Verse 9. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath.
This is the Most High doing the blessings. He do these things, man. Ain't nothing happened to us. But the Most High knows what's going on with it. It's not no coincidence that things happen. So we need to realize how we get a good life is by following the word of God. That's why he gave it to us. You know what I'm saying? He gave it to us because he cares about only us. So we need to understand that we have a way out. I mean, we got to realize, man, we're here in America to figure this way out. We are not here to ignore the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We're here as a punishment. This is not our homeland. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to have fun, to party every weekend, sleep with everybody, and just get high and smoke your trouble away. You know what I'm saying? You're here to fix yourself. This whole reason we're in America is to fix yourself, to show the Most High that you're willing to come back to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
So he can give you back the promises that he promised you. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be living like this on the bottom. We're on this bottom because we're sinning against the Most High. And until we realize that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High will continue to spank us, man, with these plagues. You know what I'm saying? These hard living that we live in. I mean, all this comes from us not paying attention to this Bible, not listening to his word. Cannot go through life growing up, not learning this word, not teaching our kids this word, and we're just living like America lives, like other nations. That ain't how we are supposed to be. Most High said he wants us to be a special people, a holy people. He wants us to be separate from everybody. So we cannot do the things that these other nations do. And since we are trying to do that, the Most High is bringing these plagues out on us. I mean, he is spanking us for breaking his law, statutes, and commandments. Where you at? That was the end of that?
Come on.
You know, 1 John. Oh, what's the scripture say?
Except 9:1.
Go ahead. Maybe the which one? So we gotta understand that these other nations, man, they know God ain't with them. So this is why they hate us. They want us to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? They know that the Most High will punish us and come down on us. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to make us keep breaking his law. That's why they promote breaking the law all on TV and in the music. The foods that we eat, they're making sure that we break the law by eating the food that the Most High said not to eat. You know what I'm saying? So we can be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? They want us to be destroyed. Go ahead, read.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
But the Lord say what?
Gather yourselves together.
Go ahead.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
You gotta realize we the nation not desired. These other nations, they all hate us, man. This is why they're destroying us every day in every way possible. You know what I'm saying? Making us turn against our own God, making us celebrate holidays, making us eat food that God said not to eat, turn us into homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? Making us get high. All these things to destroy us with the Most High. They hate us for having the Most High. So they want to destroy us by making us turn against the Most High. This is why they got you celebrating Christmas, Halloween, Easter, all these wicked holidays that the Most High said he hates. You got to realize what's going on, but you'll never realize if you don't read, if you don't study. So you keep jumping into Christianity and Islam and religions that God never gave you. He gave you the word. He gave you law, statutes, and commandments to keep. You know what I'm saying? But we won't jump to that, but we'll jump to what we see other people jump into. We'll jump to religion.
God.
We'll jump to all these things that make the Most High angry.
God.
This is why the coronavirus is attacking us like it is.
Come.
This is why we're dying like we are.
It's like, and that's so heavy, man. Like these scriptures, like especially Zephaniah 2:1, it's so heavy because when this first kicked off, we was like, man, we ain't dealing with them Asians because they was the ones like the Lord was punishing them, and we understood it. But slowly but surely, we stopped listening to it. And like right now, in every hood, all the Asian stores are still open. All the Carryots and Yakami joints, all them joints are still open. And now it's an influx of coronavirus in the hood, and black people are catching it. But right here, the scriptures say for us to separate from it.
Right.
And I was, so like I said, if I could, I was talking to my sister and letting her know, like, you know, we gotta separate from these people. I was giving her the scripture, and a brother walked up. He said, "Man, that's heavy what you're saying." He was like, "I got friends in the sheriff department," and he was telling me, he was like, "I got friends in the sheriff department," and in early February, he was telling me to limit my exposure to these Asian businesses and whatnot, because I think at the end of January was the Chinese New Year. So a lot of the Asians went back home to celebrate their New Year's, and the sheriff department knew that they were going to come back sick. He said, if they're not sick when they come back, give it a couple of weeks and they'll be sick then. So these Asians, a lot of them went home. They had family that went home, and then when they come back over, they come right to the hood.
That's why the scriptures say, gather yourselves together. Man. That don't mean turn around and go to the Chinese joint, buy some food, go to the Chinese joint, get your nails done. I mean, go to the Christian church. So all these things are from other nations. He wants us to stay away from other nations. He wants us to gather ourselves together as one. You know what I'm saying? To depend on each other. Use each other for what we need. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from these other nations. Come out of doing the things that these other nations do. Don't celebrate these holidays. You know what I'm saying? Don't turn against the Most High. Don't serve other gods. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to serve Him. Listen to Him. That's the whole reason He gave us the word. But we're not paying attention to the word. We're doing everything else but listen to His word. Hearkening to His voice. This is why the Deuteronomy say, thou shalt hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments. It ain't hard to figure the thing out, man. We destroy it because we don't accept His knowledge that He gave us, man. We destroy it. We destroy people because we don't want to listen to the Most High. We rather listen to a man that is not our people. It's not hard to figure out, man. Most High is bringing these players on us, and we need to wake up. You want to be scared, man. Be scared of the Most High.
Right.
Fear, that's why I say fear nothing but Him. He is the one who's destroying us out here for disrespecting Him. You gotta understand. And get on 1 John 3 and 4. Got something?
Con, I was gonna say, man, that's how you know that the Most High is truly with the Isupk, man, because we've been saying this for so long that we gotta separate from these other nations, and we get called racist. But right now, over in China, they denying black people access to any of their businesses and facilities right now, and nothing's being said about it. But when we tell our people to separate over here, we get called racist and like we crazy or something.
We need to be racist. Our God is racist.
Okay.
Being racist is just loving your home. You need to stop being scared of being racist. Love your home. It's like the Most High do. Most High is racist. He don't love these other nations.
Okay.
He don't love Israel. So it's good for the Most High to do. It's definitely good for us to do.
Right.
We can love what He loves and hate what He hates.
Right.
Got that. 1 John 5, 3 and 4.
Okay. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Say it again.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Meaning we breaking of his law. To transgress his law is breaking of his law. Go ahead.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the breaking of the law. So we have to stop sinning. And if we don't, we're going to constantly be punished by the Most High. This is like, again, I say this is the whole reason we are in America. We're in America because we are being punished for what our forefathers did. We as one, we're being punished for that. Our kids are being punished for what we are doing. You got to realize, man, we got to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. It's the most important thing in the world that we keep his laws, statutes, commandments. Can't go through life doing what you want to do. Your life belongs to the Most High. You belong to the Most High. You have a debt to pay. And he wants you to keep it. You pay it by loving the Most High the correct way like he told you to. Keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Leviticus 11:7. We wonder why we destroyed them. We doing things thinking it's cool because we seen our parents and our grandparents do these things, man. I don't care if you ain't know no better. When you hear that it ain't right, you should want to search the Bible and make sure that you're doing right by the Most High since you claim to love him like you do. Not knowing that the only way you love the Most High is by obeying him. If you're disobeying the Most High and anything he says, you hate God.
Right.
This is what we got to realize, man. We've been taught to hate God. From our parents, from the oppressor, from America, period. Everything about America is to hate the Most High. Read.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
What?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
But we love to eat the pig. We think we can do what we want to do. But yet, hoop and holler when you hear a Christian song. You jumping up and down and acting a fool. Like what the song says, making you love the Most High. Yeah, it's sick to how you ever hear a woman listen to a Christian song, and you know, man, she's flipping out. I literally watched this a couple of days ago, man. I was sitting in the car with a sister, and she eat all the pork in the world. You know what I'm saying? And told her sister about she let the Most High to keep commandments. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. She never heard me even say that. You know what I mean, how can you not have a conscience when you hear that the Most High is saying a word that you love him and to keep his commandments?
God.
But yet you would disrespect the Most High by eating a piece of food that he should not eat. You don't have enough love to put down a pork sandwich that the Most High is telling you to put down because it's killing you. And he loves you that much that he's telling you, watch out for these things I put in this world, they're going to hurt you. I don't want you to don't touch that, my son, my daughter. And you still do it anyway because it tastes good. You know what I mean?
God.
When I first got to the truth, man, and I realized that I had to do things, man. And I thank God that I had that much love for him because I knew I was doing things that was going to be hard for me to stop. But the minute I realized the scripture said to love me to keep my commandments. So I told myself that day I heard this, thing that I could do with ease, I'm dropping. And that dietary law was the first thing I dropped. Just hearing one conversation about it. And me reading the Bible with myself. My brother actually called me and said, man, you got a Bible? I said, yeah, tell me Leviticus 11, I want to read, man. I read it. I said, why you do that? I was hurt a little bit because I never realized that was it for my crabs. Now, man, that was it for my pork.
Okay.
I said, I knew I had to do it. There wasn't no question about it. You know know what I mean? And that's how I realized that it's sickening when you tell a person that, man, and they don't look at it the same way. Like I know I was smoking hella weed. Now I said I knew that was gonna be a problem. I knew I was smoking cigarettes. I knew that was gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I could stop without killing or hurting me, so I gotta stop just by changing my mind. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do that quick. And I did that. And I think just because I did that, I think the Lord got the rest of it out away from me with his help. You know what I mean? He said, okay, I see you gave it up for me, so I'm gonna help you on your own. But you think you can't stop it, I stopped it all. You know what I mean? That's how it's supposed to be, man. You don't supposed to say you love God and then you read in the word that God said you can't love me if you keep my commandments. And you're like, well, I don't mean no harm, but I'm gonna eat my poor skins and my Slim Jim, you know. Forfeit God for a Slim Jim or a piece of bacon. You don't care about what kind of love you got for him. You know what I mean? That's the sister that I was around, man. It disgusted me even. And then when she got a nerve, she wanna play church songs, and I mean she kicking. I'm like, good God, she's so into it. And then, I mean, she like Little John 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Everything about you, that's right. Hey, Lord, and I'm like, but you don't want to keep it. You don't want to even consider keeping his law, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? You rather say, you go to church and you know the Bible and no scriptures out of the Bible, but when it comes out of the scripture that's going to cut you, you want to jump to that's man. He changed the words in the Bible and all this nonsense just so you can get over and do what you want to do with the Lord. I mean, most high is not stupid, man. You can't play him on like that, man. That's just sickening how we just don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a damn about the Lord for real. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't willing to do that, man, you hate God. If you ain't willing to stop when he says stop, man, you hate God. The opposite of love is hate. Ain't no whole lot to it. You cannot play with God like that and say you love him. You know what I'm saying? You're nothing but a lie and a truth right there. You know what I'm saying? They get you mad at the brother when we pull your card and tell you that. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, right? We got demons on us left and right. You'd rather choose the road with a demon that's in you than the road with the Most High, the word of the Most High. That's how we got it. If you find yourself doing that, man, you need to check yourself, man, because you're a liar and the truth ain't in you, man. You know what I'm saying? So you say you love God, but you love God is to keep your commandments. Ain't no other way you can love God. You know what I'm saying? If you break his laws, it's hard for you to stop, man. You better pray. You know what I mean? Ask for forgiveness, with us not to understand, so you can fight this demon off you, so you can learn to keep his law. You know what I'm saying? You can't run around saying you love the Most High, but yet you want to eat pork, but he tell you not to. You know what I'm saying? He says it's unclean to you, you know what I'm saying? So it's done, you can't eat it. Okay, how much you like it, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that hard. See if you a dope fiend, a crackhead or something, you strung out on some drugs, you was going for years, you just found out that the Lord said you can't do it. So yeah, you was gonna be a little hard to stop that. But Lord, certain things like man, eating certain foods, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's just ridiculous, man. Stop saying certain things or doing certain things. You should really, you know what I mean, it's your best ability to try to stop everything you can. And ask them for the help for the rest. You know what I'm saying? But that just lets you know how much, man, we lie, man. We say we love God, man, but when it comes down to doing what he say do, man, we ain't willing to stop that, man. That's a sad thing, man. I mean, but yeah, we want to sing all these songs. That's why Christianity ain't nothing but a lie, and that's the people that want to be in Christianity. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to let Christianity go. You know, they want to put down 4 times for the Lord. So yeah, I know you don't want to stop going to church, faking like you love God. And that's you serving a different God. That God lets you do everything. But our God, God of Isaac, Jacob, Abraham, man, that God ain't let you do that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to realize that, man. We were serving a white God going to church. We're serving another God going to the Muslim mosques and all that crap that's out there, man, that religion, man. We got to realize that the Most High God is in this book. And he tell you what to do, man, how to live every inch of your life. So this is how you get a perfect life, by following him. Come out of her. That's why he said, come out of her. Stop following the world. You know what I'm saying? And follow the word of the Most High. So sickening how we just claim to love the Most High, but yet don't want to do nothing he say do. Because we used to breaking laws. To us, we wasn't breaking laws, living the life we live. We don't want to change our life. Sick thing, man. That's crazy, man.
Man, that's heavy what you bringing out too, man. That's why the Christian church is so wicked. You feel me? Because when they teach our people that we ain't got to keep no law, statutes, and commandments, that's essentially a death penalty offense.
Right.
Like we on death row when we feel like we ain't got to keep no law, statutes, or
That's why
commandments.
we're the highest in every plague that the Most High brings out.
Come.
We're the highest in everything, man. It's sad. Anything that kill you, we're the highest in it.
Come.
I mean, Most High definitely tearing us out the frame for bringing his law. You gotta understand what's going on, man. How to fight back, man, the correct way. How to fight back is by listening to our God. This is how we fight the other nations back. John 9:1. These things in the world that's happening today, man, there's going to be many more. It's not just a coincidence that these things happen. It's not just a oops or wow. This is the Most High's work. You got to realize what's going on. Most High is bringing these things on us. And it wouldn't be for us if we kept His law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? But it is going to be for us when we don't. You don't want to keep His law. You want to hate the Most High. I'll show you why you shouldn't. Go ahead.
John chapter 9, verse 1. And as Yahweh passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. Verse 2.
It was a man that was blind from birth. These scriptures when we bring out is going into another thing, but I'm not touching on that, but I'm going to let you know what I am going to touch on, but these scriptures can go into another subject. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
They asked this question to the Most High, like, who did sin? You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is born blind. He was born blind. They let you know right there that you'll be supposed to be born perfect. You know what I mean? But if you ain't born perfect, it's for a reason. They asked him, like, it's got to be because of sin. And they said, who did sin? Is it him or his parents? What did he do? Something happened. Why was he born blind? You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to be born perfect, man. You know what I mean? But there's something wrong with you. It's because of something that you did. Or it could be something that the Most High just want. You know what I'm saying? Read it again. That 2.
John chapter 9, verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Did his parents sin? Did he do something? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Yahweh answered, Neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him.
This man was born blind. He said, was it something he did? That he did? And when they said it was something he did, meaning it could have been something he did in his last life. He was born this way, so it wasn't something. I mean, it ain't like he was normal and then he did something to make himself blind. They ain't saying that. They said he was born blind. So it was something he did to be born blind. It had to be something that he did in his last life. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 4. I must work the works of him that sent me. While it is day, the night cometh, when no man can work.
So this is what you know right here. These scriptures let you know there's something he did or there's something his parents did. You know what I'm saying? This scripture right here lets you know that reincarnation is definitely real. You know what I'm saying? That we get punished for sin. They actually, why was it something he did? You know what I'm saying? Well, that definitely was something he did good to get blind. You know what I'm saying? If they were saying maybe it's something he sinned against God in some way, form, or fashion, even in this life or his last life, to be born blind in this life. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High said it wasn't none of that. He was born to show the power of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But everything is for a reason, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get punished or born deformed, all these wicked things on you for no reason. Everything is for a reason. Look at 9:19. 19.
John chapter 9, verse 19. And they asked him, saying, Is this your son, who you say was born blind? How then doth he see? How then doth he now see? Verse 20. His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind.
These people, they're trying to find out. This man, how can you see now? I said, this man was born blind. How can you see now? Go ahead.
Verse 21. But by what means he now seeth, we know not, or who have opened his eyes, we know not. He is of age, ask him. He shall speak for himself. Verse 22. These words spake his parents, because they feared the Jews.
It was fear of the Jews. They didn't know how he got killed. You know what I'm saying? The Jews trying to catch him up, trying to see if they break the law on the Sabbath or whatever. Go ahead.
For the Jews had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was Christ, or Yahushua, he should be put out of the synagogue.
Yeah, any man confess to be the Son of God, trying to get these people to say snitch or say something that can help, go against the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Therefore said his parents, He is of age, ask him. Verse 24. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said unto him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. Verse 25.
Because God is not with the sinner. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna bless the sinner. So this man was repentant. That's one thing about Israel. We got a chance to repent. You know what I'm saying? Most High, He give you that option. That's a blessing from the Most High that we can repent from our sin. Go ahead.
Verse 25. He answered and said, Whether he be a sinner or no, I know not. One thing I know, that whereas I was blind, now I see. Verse 26. Then said they to him again, What did he to thee? How opened he thine eyes? Verse 27. He answered them, I have told you already, and ye did not hear.
He's trying to get him to make something that can condemn him. I'm trying to get him in trouble.
Yeah.
What's going on here? I don't know nothing. I just know, man, did what he did. You know what I'm saying? I know that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 27, he answered them, I have told you already, and ye did not hear it. Wherefore would ye hear it again? Will ye also be his disciples? Verse 28, then they reviled him and said, Thou art his disciple, but we are Moses' disciple. Verse 29, we know that God spake unto Moses, as for this fellow.
They just like the so-called Muslims today. I mean, they want to say that, I mean, they cool with Moses or whatever, but they don't want to say that Jesus is the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say Jesus is the Savior of Israel. You know what I mean? They don't want to give Jesus the props on who he is, Son of God. They're against Jesus just like the so-called Muslims are today, or your Christians or whatever. Go ahead.
We know that God spake unto Moses, as for this fellow, we know not from whence he is. Verse 30. The man answered and said unto them, Why herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is, and yet he have opened mine eyes. Verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we got to realize, man. We hear the word of God, and we do what He say. God will bless your life, man. Just like He did to the brother right here. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you can have the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Just hark to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all His commandments. I mean, no matter how the Most High bless you, He will bless you. He will not lie. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't in this life. You know what I'm saying? Even if He plans to bless you in your next life, so be it. I mean, but you definitely hark to the voice of the Lord thy God and repent for your sins, man. Don't continue being on a sinner. Don't continue on bringing on this punishment on you, man. You got to realize the things that we're doing wrong out here. The reason we are in America, we're being punished in America. We're not having a good life. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that look like they're having a good life, they're not. The white man give you a couple hours, man, you're never rich like the white man. Many of you try to envy your oppressor and do what he do, you're flat broke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So many of our brothers that got in the white man's game and follow behind the white man, being his puppet, just to get a couple hours, man. The minute the white man don't want it no more, they flush down the toilet, man. All these rich actors broke trying to follow the white man. Chris Tucker, all of them. Everybody. Chris Tucker is one flat broke trying to follow the Chinese Jackie Chan, trying to roll with him, man. All now he went out here and bought a 20-room mansion. I mean, one flat broke. You ain't got that kind of bread. White man got that kind of bread. You're not gonna try to be like the white man and make it, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to stick to your own. You get that kind of money, man. You need to stick to your own. Stay in your lane with your own people.
Come.
And you probably wouldn't go broke. But you try to follow behind this white man, you're gonna be destroyed in every way. Go ahead. Where you at?
Verse 32.
Go ahead.
John chapter 9, verse 32. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? Verse 33. If this man were not of God, he could do nothing.
Right.
Verse 34. They answered and said unto him, Thou wast altogether born in sins, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him out. Verse 35.
No, that's the track there, man. That's just let you know, man. The Most High do these things, man. Most High, you keep His law, statutes, commandments, man. He will save your life, man. This man was 38 years old, suffering, man. These people right here, like I said, no, don't care what your affliction is. Most High can bring you out of it. You know what I'm saying? You can have AIDS, man. You can outlive every brother that's around you, man. Most High allow that to happen. We need to focus on the Most High what He say. So these players can get up off us, man, so we can live that life that we're supposed to live. Get on Matthew 9:1.
Matthew. Matthew chapter 9, verse 1. And he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city. Verse 2. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on a bed. And Yahushua, saying their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee. Verse 3. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemeth. Verse 4. Yahushua, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? Verse 5. For whether it is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk.
Most High let you know, man. He is the one who heal. He's the one who make you sick, man. He kill, he make alive. I'm saying he paraphrasing, but he hurt and he won't. I'm saying we gotta realize what's going on out here, man. Most High is watching our every move. We're not getting away with nothing. Might look like you're getting away with it because you don't see nothing happen to you right then and there. But just when you think you're safe, man, the Most High is gonna put it on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You see sinners every day looking like they prospering, you know what I'm saying? They getting money and they shining, but it's guaranteed that the Most High will bring it on them, the punishment that they deserve, man, for breaking his law. Ecclesiastes 30 and 14. Can't be trying to follow behind these other nations, man, because it look good. Everything look good, ain't good. Still just don't get getting money. You don't know that over there they was handling with the Most High. So we should all hearken to the voice of the Lord that God try to do what he do. Tell us to do instead of following behind another man because he look like he doing good in life. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 14. Better is the poor.
What?
Better is the poor, being sound and strong of constitution, than a rich man that is afflicted in his body.
It's better for us to be a poor man, to be a rich man, get plagued by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body.
Read it again.
Health and good estate of body are above all gold.
Having a good, strong, healthy body is better than gold. You know what I'm saying? Because you poor, it don't mean, I mean, you ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? Your body, your health is more important than being a rich man with gold. Go ahead.
And a strong body above infinite wealth.
Say it again.
And a strong body above infinite wealth.
This is what you're supposed to dwell on, man. Have a good, healthy body, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not out there trying to put your life on the line for $1 bill. You should want to have a healthy body instead of getting high off of weed and cocaine and heroin and destroying your body. You should want to live, not get money and destroy yourself at the same time. Like so many of us do. And back in the days when I was young, if you get money in the game, you snip it. Just as much as you sell it, man. Today it's the same thing. You get money, you're smoking all the weed. You ain't smoking weed, you ain't getting money. That's how everybody that's getting a little bit of $2, especially in the game or any crooked way in life, they want to be a weed smoker. Destroying that self, you know what I'm saying? It's best to have money and live long as you possibly can. Your best bet is to try to save yourself so you can live long and spend the money long as you can. Instead of destroy yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's better to have a healthy body than to have gold. Go ahead. Where you at?
Verse 16.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 16. There is no riches above a sound body.
What?
There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart.
Yeah, no joy but the joy of the heart. Knowing that you're doing good, you're feeling good, you know what I mean, you're healthy. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
It's like you're saying that it's better to be dead than to live a life of sickness. It's better for you to be a dead man than to be living a life of sickness. You know what I'm saying? It's powerful right there. I'm gonna get Barack Green. We gotta realize, man, we living in America, like, you know what I mean, we free people, man. We're not free. We wasn't free coming over here. We ain't free leaving.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
So what?
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We are still in slavery. Go ahead.
Where thou hast scattered us.
But God has scattered us all over the world. All over the world, we're still in slavery, man. Go ahead.
For a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
To payment. All our life, we're going to be subject to payments. This is why you're slaving. I mean, we're always going to have to be subject to payments. Go ahead.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers.
According to all the sins of our fathers. Go ahead.
Which departed from the Lord our God.
That's what we got to realize, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. Verse 10. Baruch chapter 3, verse 10. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land?
So I'm saying we're not in our land. Every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. This is not our land. This is the enemy's land. Even if he took it from us, this is not our land. This is his land. You need to realize that, man. Stop trying to live in this land like it's yours. Stop trying to settle for what the white man gave you. To settle for keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Being blessed by the Most High. Nobody can give you better than the Most High can give you. But you won't realize that if you won't study, or if you won't keep his law, statutes, and commandments. If you just take it as something lightly. Like you have a choice. You don't have a choice. This is why you're being punished. That's why we're dying so much in America. Because we choose to try to do different from what the Lord tells us to do. You can't smoke cigarettes, man. You can't eat pork. You can't eat seafood. Only seafood you can eat is a fish. They gotta have fins and scales. Everything we must do to a T with the Most High, or we're gonna be punished. I don't care how many masks you wear, how many gloves you wear, how much sanitizer you put on your hands, man. If the Most High want to touch it, you touched. You can't get around that. So the only way you can get around it is if you hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and to do all his commandments. That's what the Bible tell you, man. You gotta take it that serious. How many times you gonna have to kill us or our loved ones to make us cry, to make us realize that we have to hearken to his voice? How much do he have to hurt you, break you down, before you realize that he's not playing with you? He's not a God that you can take lightly. It's the same God that killed the whole world and left 8 people to start it over. He's not joking when he say do something. Stop playing with him like he's a man that you can take for granted, or you can just you gonna be able to get away with something. I tell you not to stop doing that, man. This is why we're being destroyed in the world today, man. This is why we're on the bottom. This is why we're dying left and right, crying left and right. Go ahead.
Verse 10. How How happened if in Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. Verse 11, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave.
Right. Ecclesiastes 38 and 1. Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiasticus.
Oh, slack. Psalms 103 and 2.
Psalms chapter 103, verse 2. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
Don't forget the blessings of the Most High. It's a blessing that the Most High gives us these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's a blessing that He's looking out for us, giving us understanding, giving us the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge to be able to break down these scriptures to give us some understanding on how the Most High wants us to do things, man.
Right.
Don't forget these. It's a blessing. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Who redeemeth thy life from destruction.
No, it's right. Go to 3.
Slide. Verse 3. Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases.
Say it again.
Who forgiveth all thine iniquities.
All our sins, man. He forgive our sins, man. All we have to do is repent. He give us chance at a chance. Go ahead.
Who healeth all thy diseases.
He healed diseases from us, man. He just showed you in the Bible, man. He healed the blind. Somebody was born blind. He ain't supposed to be there. Where in the world he supposed to see again? God healed him. You know what I'm saying? So anything you're going through in life, man, God can fix it. But you must hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God to understand that you have to do what He tells you to do. It's not an option. We have to learn to hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God. We got to want to be able to love the Most High. We got to understand that loving Him and keeping His commandments. All our life we've been showing them that we hate Him. We were brought up showing them that we hate Him. Our parents showed us to hate Him. Because they made the mistake of hating Him. We need to come out of that, man, and come back to showing the Most High true love by following His laws, statutes, and commandments. Listen on that, yeah.
Verse 4.
Got that 18.
Psalm chapter 103, verse 18. To such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. 17.
That's like 17.
Psalm chapter 103, verse 17. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him.
And what?
And unto them that fear him.
Not the person that say, I hear you saying that I can't eat pork, but I want to still eat it. You know, He's telling you the whole duty of man is to fear me and keep my commandments. I will kill you, man. He ain't playing with you. He's telling you to fear Him. He don't want to hurt you. He love you. He chose you. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to sit there and do it anyway? Tough. It's real tough. Until He brings something on you to hurt you. And have you crying, begging and weeping for forgiveness. Don't make them put their hand on you like that. You got a chance to stop it on your own. You don't want Him to stop it. He's going to stop it with one of these sicknesses that you can't get rid of. You might lose a limb. You might lose your life playing with the Most High like that. So while you got a chance, repent on your own. Just stop eating. Stop getting high. Stop destroying yourself like the Lord wants you to. Go ahead.
But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children.
His mercy is on the ones that fear him. If the Lord tell you not to do something and you constantly do it, then you don't have the fear of the Most High. So his mercy ain't on you. His wrath is going to be on you. If you want the blessing, you want his mercy, you must fear the Most High and do what he say do. That's what I was trying to tell the sister. She felt every word in the world to go back and forth with me about how she could do it.
Yeah.
That's how sisters do. That's Christianity for you. That's what Christianity breeds. Liars, you know what I'm saying? And we are the ones that have been destroyed by that, man. Ecclesiastes 38:9.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 9. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent.
What?
In thy sickness be not negligent.
You can get the coronavirus. You can get AIDS. You can get these things because you messed up with the Lord. Still, be not what?
Be not negligent,
Go ahead.
but pray unto the Lord,
That's right.
and he will make thee whole.
He will change that. I'm saying the same way he saved that man eyesight, man. He'll do that for you too, man. Never give up, man. Always fight to do the most I say. I don't care how much you didn't know. The minute you find out, the minute you hear the word of the voice of the Lord thy God, man, hearken to his voice. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how important it is, man. Don't die in your sin. Because you're going to come back punished even more. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize that. We've been here many a times. Reincarnation is all through the Bible, man. We've been here before, and we're going to come back if the Most High ain't coming back to destroy this world. We're going to come back in it again. And how you come back is how you living now, man. If you ain't hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, the punishment will carry on in the next life. So you never escape it. So your best bet is to follow his law, statutes, and commandments. Who you got?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 9.
10.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 10. Leave off from sin.
What?
Leave off from sin.
Stop sinning, man. It's not a game. Stop sinning. He's telling you, leave that sin, man. Go ahead.
And order thine hands aright.
Make yourself be right. Go ahead.
And cleanse thy heart from all wickedness.
Cleanse your mind from all wickedness, man. Get away from the wicked shit that you're doing. Stop. Get away from the wicked things you're doing, man. Smoking weed is wicked, man. It don't come from the earth for you to smoke. It's a medicine. It's not given to you to use for your personal use. Recreational use. Gotta stop believing and wanting to believe a lie so we can get over and do what we want to do because we like it. The same thing that you like won't kill you, man, in the long run. That's why the Most High tell you not to do it. Just like that pork, tell you not to eat it. But do you wonder why so many of our sisters walk around with fat ankles? You know what I'm saying? When they get old, their ankles are purple and swollen and fat. Gout. You know what I'm saying? All our grandmothers and mothers' ankles can't walk. You know what I'm saying? Legs looking like elephant trunks, elephant legs and shit. Because they don't want to hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God. They think they can get over and do what they want to do. And in the long run, they get punished, man. Living short lives, destroyed, hurt all throughout their life. With that, man, we were in the class with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge coming out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Here to show the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians that we are the true Jews of the Bible, that we must keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High or die. Or pass cash over the prison officer, besides the bond, security officer.
Security announcements. We at ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They are to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced Mayashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. Right now, we still waiting on the word for Passover. Just keep in contact with the head of your city or your state, and get the updates and whatnot as they come out. Remind Akim and Akwatian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If your brother wants to be a trooper in the school, and he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, I'm going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. In the Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Rock, how about Shem Yabashab Rakta? Amen. Sa, which means turn, sister, please stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Rock, Yahweh Shema, how about Shem Yabashab? Amen. Class dismissed.
So damn it, Dad. You see me? You see me move this way? Oh, okay. Hey, my coffee. Hey, coffee. I'm telling you, I woke up this morning. I said, what's wrong? Oh my God. So I went to brother yesterday because my nephew, actually my brother, a young guy, had a friend. And my brother was like, he finished going to the so he was like, so my brother was making like all these supplements, like vitamins, all these things, like just keep his immune system up. So I took a few things, he was like, well, okay, burn it, black something, and some other stuff. So this morning I wake up, I said, oh no, the devil is a liar. I took those things, I swear it cleared me up. I took emergency seed, the one in the packet to put the water in. I took that, I took the things, I think it was like blackberry something. And it was and he had one that where it helps you with the immune system. He had a lot of immune system stuff. I'm telling you, I got my people together. Did my Lord breakfast roll in our house. Got stuff dressed. I ain't called since I got it.
In this
I just
so no, not in this one.
Just the emergency seat. This one. It's actually give you the seed that seed that vitamin C that you need, because you know to build up your immune system. And all information is a deterrent. It's almost like if you don't eat, you gotta that you can still eat something, but it's something to and it's caffeine free, and it's a vegetarian, and it's the natural seed. They got the seed and feed and the electrolytes. My aunt actually put me on this. Yeah, you can try it. And you don't have to try a little bit at a time if you think it's gonna be, because it's physical.